Coach, another season is in the books when it comes to recruiting. Let's take a look first at the nucleus of guys that you have returning for a second year here at TCC.
As you well know, whenever when you're in a junior college situation, a two-year situation, the group coming back is very important, and we're very excited about our recruiting class, but we're also very excited about the nucleus of the guys we got coming back. You got our third baseman Higginbotham, left fielder Bobby Rice, both all Panhandle Conference players, along with our center fielder Nick Draganella, who was all Panhandle. You've got behind the plate Tyler York, a Tallahassee kid who was all Panhandle Conference as well. So that's four of your everyday players that sit in the middle of your lineup that are all coming back, which is, we all know that's the hardest. That's the hardest part to replace, is the heart of your lineup. And we have a lot. We lost one guy out of the heart, and that was Psycho. So I feel real good about that. We got a couple of great arms back in Stanley and Nick Deckert. And I really like what we've got coming back, and now we add the guys coming in, and I think it could be a very competitive club in our conference and in the state.
Speaking of newcomers, you do have a crop of freshmen who will be arriving to campus later this month. Talk a little bit about some of the first-year players that you're excited to see in a TCC uniform.
Well, you know, we go all the way from Mexico City to North Carolina with this group coming in. We got a big right-hander that's a power guy, Robert Garcia, who surprisingly to me was not drafted. I think he spoke so much about going to college that he scared the pro scouts off. But you know, the first pitch I ever saw out of Robert's hand was 93 miles an hour. So I really thought we were going to lose this guy. So we couldn't be more happy to keep him. We have a lefty pitcher out of Memphis, Tennessee, Victor Cole, who has a very interesting backstory. His father pitched in the big leagues, and his dad was the only major league player to ever be born in the Soviet Union, which is kind of an incredible story in itself. You move all the way down to the Panhandle, we got another big lefty, a 6'6" left-hander, Will Thompson, out of Bonifay, who struck out the world this year. You know, every time you call him up, he'd have 15 or 17 strikeouts, something like that. Led his team to the state finals where they lost, but he pitched the semifinal game and pitched a great one. Bradley Robbins, another power right-hander, good slider out of North Carolina. Real excited about Bradley. And then locally, we got a little lefty that's just done it for years, and everybody knows his name is Thomas Watson. Another left-hander out of Tallahassee, Lincoln. We've got a shortstop out of Atlanta, Chad Mabini, who's also a two-way guy, a pitcher. And we got another two-way guy, a left-handed pitcher, first baseman, Michael Caballero, coming in out of Tampa. So pretty good group. We signed a returning guy that was a walk-on last year, a local guy named Tyler York, who was a first-team all-conference catcher, so we felt like he deserved a scholarship for sure. And we also have a redshirt guy coming in who was an All-American Division II player that sat out last year and wanted to come down south. So he came down and worked out with us all year, but did not play. His name was Matt Bonnick, and we got him on scholarship as well. So I think it's a great class, and you add to what we have coming back, I'm feeling pretty frosty.
You mentioned Watson and York, both of whom are from Tallahassee. And over the years, recruiting locally has been an emphasis for you. Talk a little bit about what goes into recruiting the Tallahassee area.
So we don't want them going anywhere else to play, that's for sure. Now, some guys come out and they have a desire, like a lot of young people, they want to get away from home for a while. But if we can keep a local guy that can really play, like York and Bobby Rice and Thomas Watson and these guys that we've had, we really want them to stay here. If they don't go to Florida State, we want them to go to TCC. And over the years, some of our best clubs, I felt like had a large contingent of Tallahassee kids on it, because they play hard, they all grow up knowing each other, they don't want to let each other down. Most of your Tallahassee kids are outstanding students, and that's a very big part of my recruiting is we got to make sure those guys can come in here and get the academic side done. And we've had great success with that, and it seems like the Tallahassee kids always do a really good job in the classroom as well. And they play hard, and there's no reason why they can't play here.
That's a wrap from Eagle Field. We look forward to seeing this group of guys in a TCC uniform in the upcoming season.